table of oak and wood, our dice are ready, our nerves are good. The story is about to begin. Into the dungeon we dive again, diving deeper into the unknown. It's surreal how we have grown. Swords in hand, nerves of steel. It's just a game, but it feels so real. And we forge on into the night. Snacks in hand, we will win this fight. The dungeon master reads the tale. Will the heroes now prevail? There's only one way to know the toll. We must wait for the dice to roll. The heroes live through the fight. The city is safe from shadows in the night. All the city sings this day. The heroes are on their way, and we forge on into the night. Snacks in hand, we will win this fight. The dungeon master weaves the tale. What's coming now? Will the heroes prevail? There's only one way to know the toll. We must wait for the dice to roll. And many years from here, when we are old and not near, we will remember the big bad and all the fun we once had. The laughs, the joy, the fun, those days, I wish they never went away. And we forge on into the night. Snacks in hand, we will win this fight. The dungeon master weaves a tale. What's coming now? Will the heroes prevail? There's only one way to know the toll. We must wait for the dice to roll. And we forge on into the night. Snacks in hand, we will win this fight. The dungeon master weaves the tale. What's coming now? Will the heroes prevail? There's only one way to know the toll. We must wait for the dice to roll. We must wait for the dice to roll.
Welcome to the dungeon. Here we are. Are we even in the right order? Nailed it. Nope, we are not.
You nailed
Right.
something, all right.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Always love these songs. I do too. I was just telling the guys, like I wrote the lyrics to that one. But the AI took care of the music and stuff, but that's definitely a love letter to this group and D&D in general. If you listen to the words of it, for sure. And it does say snacks in hand, because if you've played D&D around a table like we're soon to do, man, it's just food. There is no calorie counting when you play D&D around a table. I know when me and Mike first met, I got introduced. I know this sounds weird because we were definitely adults, but I got introduced to like pistachios. You remember that, Mike? We used to have bags of pistachio. I still have bags of pistachio.
You never had pistachios?
Chili pistachios.
The only time I'd had pistachios is in like this dessert my mom used to make, this pistachio pudding kind of dessert. It was this green dessert with marshmallows and like fruit and pistachio. It's just called pistachio pudding. I'd never had like raw pistachios before.
Wild.
Right? Like it just wasn't anything that ever.
So good.
They're really highly addictive, and they're one of the best like D&D snacks, because like everybody just and with the shell on, by the way. Not
who can afford to buy shellless pistachios? Come on.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they just seem to dry out a lot faster too.
Well, that too.
Yeah. So, yeah, snacks are definitely an important element. Good to see you, Mr. Lathis. I know you've been a little bit under the weather. I hope you're feeling better. It's been an exciting. It's been is exciting the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. It seems like my days, even though we have 24 hours, are going really fast. I feel like I just woke up and then I'm going back to bed. And
Yes.
That's good. That's good and bad because like we're getting closer to summer. But once we get summer, can we get like January back where it was 3 months long? That's how I want summer to go. I want it to go nice and slow.
Well, it doesn't help that in our neck of the woods has been raining on and off.
Dude,
So it's
yeah.
like every time I
Oh,
wake
same
up,
here.
I feel like it's time to go take a nap.
So one of the bits here is like our trash people don't pick up bags of grass on the ground. You have to put them in the can. And they used to pick them up and they don't pick them up anymore. So we have to put those bags in the can. And when I first mowed my yard, like we produced too many bags because we still have to throw away normal trash too. And I finally got that all caught up to get like a week straight of freaking rain. And now my yard is going nuts and I'm gonna need to get like whatever to mow a jungle, like a machete to cut the rest of it down.
No, man.
Ours
One
is
of the-
awful right now.
One of the houses that over by my parents, we drove by the other day, and they put the house up for sale. It went pending and then it went back to sale, but the grass is like 2 feet tall. I'm
Yeah.
like, you have to take a sickle to it before you even mow it.
I was doing so good. I had it in a really good spot, and now we get all this rain. You mowed yesterday. I've mowed three times so far.
We've mowed 3 times. The dandelions are horrible this year.
Yeah, our neighbor doesn't spray their yard, so they all come in our yard, and then we have to have them come spray our yard again.
You know what I just heard, Mike? I heard that you and Drastin want me to move closer. That's what I just heard.
I don't care.
Hey,
I have children, and they are male, and they mow my lawn for me.
I wish that was the case, but someone would injure themselves. It's a tight fit getting my mower into the shed.
Oh, it's battery powered, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It takes them a long time.
But
get you a regular old school push mower.
Arm powered or leg powered, technically.
Leg power, yep.
And Axamander, what have you been up to? Anything cool this last week?
Well, I was up in Detroit for a little while. Now my mind is drawn blank. You've called me out.
Yeah, I this is a talent I'm perfecting. I do this in my meetings at work now too. Just randomly call on people. It's great.
Things are great. I got my son just got. Well, I bought a truck for my son who ended up getting rear-ended, and they totaled out his vehicle. So we got him a truck, and he's happy. It just cost me an arm and a leg. Other than that, we're looking pretty good over here on the Biddle front.
Well, there's more than that you haven't mentioned, and you haven't mentioned it to us, but I saw it, and that is you picked up Oblivion Remastered.
Oh yeah, I also saw that.
We saw we get the notifications, man. We see it.
I haven't. So that's okay. Let me tell you a little sad story about an Axamander and his addiction to like hoarding games in digital and physical variety.
Mr. Humble Bundle.
I have over 1,000 games in my Steam account, and I have probably played like less than 1% of them.
But you did pick this one up,
and so I did pick it up. This was my son asked, is like, Dad, can I get this? And since I've been on the road for like 2 weeks, it's pretty much like an open invitation to whatever they want. I'm like, yeah, I feel bad. So yes, you can have this thing. And, he's been loving it. I actually had to kick him out of the house because he wanted to continue playing Oblivion Remastered. And then come to find out, he came home like an hour later. It's like, yeah, we're not doing anything third and fourth period. So I just came home anyway. I'll go back in a little bit. He's a senior, and it's a lot. It's a lot to get a senior who really just doesn't want to be there to just occupy a desk for 20 days.
Senioritis.
I never even had that option.
So I did.
Oh, you didn't want to take classes? Okay, well, here's study hall.
Yeah.
Going to a smaller private school myself, like I saw what my senior year was going to look like really early. So we had these things called PACE packets, and they were high school credits. So I took a history one, and I took all the ones I needed to take. And my senior year, my day was done at noon. And I just went home and watched freaking VH1 because that's when they had pop-up video on. And if you don't know what that is, you missed out.
Yeah.
Pop-up
got
video
VH1.
was gold.
He's ready to just get out there and just start working. He's like,
Right.
I want to go get into the trades. You know what? He told me I'm just doing the bare minimum so that I can just get my diploma and move on with my life because I'm tired of school, you know, and
I understand that.
you know, that's where he's at. And we're not gonna sit there and have argument after argument with him over what we think is right or wrong. We're like, you do you know,
Yep.
it's fine.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not a horrible thing because it's like that was
It's
my
not.
thing. Growing up, it was like, you know, my dad was military, so my dad went to college before he got in the military. Well, he didn't. He graduated, got in the military, and did all of his college while he was in the military.
Yep.
Up until his day, like literally, like 2 years before he retired from the military, he was still taking courses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. Like I
Yep.
graduated high school. I came back stateside. I tried doing the college thing. I was going to college. I was working. I couldn't get any jobs that paid enough to I barely made any kind of rent. And it's like I wasn't doing anything in school. Literally, I was just like, okay, I'm taking same courses I took in high school, and I don't want to be here.
Yep.
So then I dropped out of college. I joined the military.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to do college in the military, but because of my position, I was constantly doing something. I was in the field or
Killing
whatnot.
potatoes.
No, they didn't want me in the kitchen. They tried that in basic. That didn't go very well. But you know, so it's like that was a thing. Because even when I got out, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try the college thing again. And what am I doing? I'm taking the same stupid courses, and it just didn't work for me. I'm like, so yeah.
It's all about them letters, man. You got to have them letters after your name. But
Yeah.
I was the same way. I had already enlisted in the army at before my senior year started, and so I was just like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get college paid for through the military. I'm fine, and I don't care about this crap that I'm just taking the credits I need to take so I can get out of here.
I understand that. So, Marceline, any adventures this last week?
Oh gosh, this last week was a tornado whirlwind of moving boxes and unpacking and putting things up and assembling IKEA furniture and
Always
figuring out
great.
where everything's gonna go. Just absolutely collapsed on Sunday and could have used another weekend before the work week started.
Right? Like this weekend went by so fast. And I mean, I was a piece of crap on Sunday, but Saturday felt like it was just, yeah. Sunday, I did my normal prep stuff, and then right as I was getting done with it, Quentin's like, "Hey, you want to figure out why Repo keeps having that disconnect error?" So we spent the next
It was
2
only like
hours,
an hour and a half.
maybe hour and a half, finding out which mod was causing an error. We found it. And then his wife was like, "You can't play this without me." We're trying to tell her that we were not playing. We were trying to troubleshoot. And then we ended up playing, and we are now currently have a game where we're on level 15.
Whoa.
Yes.
We've been
To
going.
the point we're not really buying upgrades, we're buying weapons so that because there's 3 or 4 big bosses on each level.
How many rounds are there per level?
It's still only 4.
It's still 4. Yeah, it stopped at 4. Which
I'm not
strange.
complaining about.
But I will say the boards get significantly harder because everything is a narrow walkway. It's just holes everywhere. Yeah,
almost everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's nowhere to stand. There was one time we opened the door and it was just one ventilation thing to walk on, from the get-go.
Yeah.
So
that's brutal.
We had a Dougal join us last night for a couple of games, and she had the absolute worst level 1 experience I've ever seen.
Super
So it
weird.
was 3 bow tie guys, and for those of you who remember the bow tie guys are, they're the ones who like
Blow you
flip down
around.
and they can blow you around and damage you and destroy objects, and then they run. It was obnoxious.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was a good time. Her joining us for that. And then Justinian, you went on a little adventure this weekend.
Sure did. Went up and saw Fanboy Tone.
He was what did you get there while he was still working? I allegedly heard he was working. He worked this
No,
weekend for
he
free
he
comic book day.
attended Koi's for
Yeah,
comic book day as a employee.
Yeah, he
But
was.
no, we did not make it in time for to see him working there. We were running a little bit late. Happens. 75 traffic. But
Yeah,
it was a real good time. It was a good chance to hang out. I've never hung out with Tone one-on-one before, so it was interesting.
Yeah, he's less trolly one-on-one. He's more sincere. You know, when as an internet person, he gets really cantankerous. You know, it's no, I always have a good time when I get to hang out with those guys. So, and Bishop, did you finish the beer that I got to you? Or have you been through all of them yet?
I have been through all of them except for the last Third Eye one.
Oh, okay, good.
So I liked the blackberry more than I liked the PBJ.
Okay. No, that
But they
wasn't
were
the
just- I
PBJ.
mean, it's
that was
just-
that was just the peanut butter. That was the Reese's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's probably why, because I was expecting.
Yeah, there was no
Like-
the PBJ definitely has jelly. You don't get that till the in person.
Okay, listen, man. You just hand me bottles and I drink it. That's all.
I know. I know.
So
I look
yeah,
at it
so
too.
I did those this weekend or the end of last weekend of the weekend. I did free comic book day. I'm
Nice.
still working on more artwork for 7D.
Good.
So
I gotta finish getting that other one colored in. I just haven't got to that yet. Expedition 33 has been taking up a lot of time. It took a turn on me to the point, and I know an Axamander will appreciate this. I don't know who else will. This game is my modern Super Nintendo Final Fantasy, which that means this is the RPG I've talked about for 20 some years as being top tier RPG. This game has taken that spot
I
for
don't
me.
want to buy another game. Stop it.
It's so
Literally what I was just saying in chat.
it's so freaking good. The story, like, I went out to, you know, like me and my wife went and seen a movie, and we went out to dinner, and like I'm like, I have to tell somebody about what's going on because I have other people playing it, but I'm much further. So I'm like telling her the story, and she's like, "That's really messed up," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? Like that's super messed up." Like the story, the music, God, it is so good. Like
I follow a lot of Final Fantasy podcasters and the websites, and then they were like giving away copies. I don't even think it's a Square Enix product,
it's not.
but it's just so in line with that
It
genre
is.
and the older way of doing things, but just modernizing it with a turn-based combat system. And stop it. Just stop it. I thought we were
Dude.
here for D&D. I don't want to buy another game. I don't need another game.
It's so good. But
Stop it.
we went to see the movie Sinners. And all I'm gonna say, don't click on anything on the internet. Go see that movie.
Same with Thunderbolts. Do not if you see something that says Thunderbolts, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling till you see it.
Sinners is breaking records for like an unknown IP, something that like came out of nowhere. It's got Michael B. Jordan in it, Haley Steinfeld, and several others that I definitely know from other products. But starts a little slow, but man, is it good! It's good. We both really enjoyed it. So whenever you watch it, ping me on Discord and we will talk about it. But anyone got anything else going on?
Oh, just this. I found some used books that I picked up, Conan's and
Oh.
Doc Savage's.
Nice.
And the craziest thing, so back in 1983 when I was born, you could buy a new paperback novel for 75 cents.
Yeah. I know.
And you can't buy a paperback novel brand new for $20 anymore. So yeah.
I guess some of those not 1983 but early 90s where they were only like a couple bucks. Some of
Yeah,
my
like
old
$2.50. Yep.
some of my old Star Wars paperbacks, and I think I was just
A
talking about
buck
this.
25.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just talking about this at Coy's with the Shadows of the Empire book series, which that's a whole nother discussion, but like it was a whole official canon product, but they put out a hardback book, and I don't think I paid $15 for the hardback.
Right.
I could look, I still have it. It's still in mint condition. Fantastic book, but all right. We haven't started the giveaway for the second figure yet, right? I haven't seen anything.
No. We
Okay.
need to talk the logistics of it. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we didn't miss that. We still will. That is still on the docket to get done.
I just had this on my desk talking about prices. D&D books, second
Ooh.
edition, Rangers and Rogues, brand new, $18.
Yeah. I was looking. I don't have mine
Inflation.
out here. My 3 or 3.5 book is in the back room. I only have so much desk space for books.
Now you're paying $50.
Yeah, I mean, I think of this this Hero Feast book. It's 35 for a hardback.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. All right. If there's nothing else, without further ado, let's get into the dungeon.
Quick rewind. I think you can do that on YouTube, right? Just click backwards. Yeah, you can.
All of us need to. There's Fanboy Tone. He missed our whole conversation. He'll have to watch the intro. He'll have comments. But all right, let's get some stuff going here. Last week, the party assembled their things together and had some discussions, collecting their thoughts, and had some feelings toward what they're doing next. Deciding to hire Jaina to pilot their ship, they loaded up in the ship and headed off toward the mysterious island to the southeast. And that's where we find you. As I mentioned last week, it's about 5 days travel down there, because it is down in the very bottom corner of the map. Let me switch over to the map here. Oh, that's a little warm. There we go. So it is a bit down there. All right. What would you like to do on the first day?
Gonna make sure I don't get in the way of the crew.
Okay.
That many
It-
experienced people.
If there's no conversations or anything, we'll move to the next day.
So why don't we just do this? If anybody has any conversations, let's do it now. If not, we're at the island.
Okay, real quick conversation. So do we want me to put on my quieter but not quite as good armor, or are you guys good with me clanking around with this spiky stuff?
We have no idea what we're even going to be encountering. So I would say be as protected as possible.
I would agree. I mean, I don't think he can stop himself from clanking.
Not really.
He's surprisingly sneaky, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Now,
wants to be.
is Annex, do you also clank when you walk, or is it just Justinian?
After a while, you just kind of get used to it. It just kind of drowns out after a period of time.
So you
And,
do rattle. Okay, cool.
I
All right.
mean,
Then I'll.
here, let me just walk across the bow and then walk back. I mean, this is normal to me. I've been doing this for longer than I can remember.
Okay. I won't worry about being stealthier then. I'll take the max protection.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Whole conversation that Justinian's going to have.
So
Just
what?
going to work on his grimoire and his.
It's been like 7 days, but player time. What do we have to? What do we know about the island?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's what I
For
thought.
real.
I'm like, am
Yeah.
I missing something? I don't remember any details on this island other than
Well,
it's
we-
under the dragon's eye.
Don't
Wasn't
go.
there a vision or
I-
something? It was swampy. That's about it that we know of.
Okay, so it's Florida. Got it.
I could cast sending to Pora and ask her.
Only at night, though.
No,
Oh
then
my
stop
God.
doing that.
Yeah.
The only thing you've
I
been
just take his
told
spell
by
book and.
by like older sailors and pirates is that nobody goes down there, and anyone who does never comes back.
The parents' folly.
people-
Recent parents' folly.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that before the fire struck.
All right.
Ugh. Old wounds.
The day moves on. Marslin, as you spend time with Jaina, she's got a real handle on the ship. You kind of pass it back and forth with her to manage flying. Anything for her?
Has the ship spoken to you yet?
I mean, it speaks to me as in how I feel it moving through the air. Is that what you mean?
No, but that is definitely good to hear that you're becoming one physically with the ship. I'm curious if the ship. Well, let me just put it this way: the ship will know the ship has accepted you once you have a conversation with it. Let me know when that's happened. I'm curious to hear how it goes.
Okay, and she just looks at you really strangely. Have you been captaining a long time?
My first ship, actually.
Okay. Any head injuries?
Not that I can remember.
I think he's died a few times.
We got this ship after his intelligence dropped to like 2, right? For the cursed items.
Oh, I
yes.
forget that timeline. I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't help anything, right? No lingering effects.
All right. So she, and you can hear the rain outside and the thunder as the clouds darken overhead. The gusts of wind here have gotten pretty strong. Does it ever make you a little sick?
I can't remember the last time I've gotten motion sick.
Just a different feeling being in the air like this.
Does it sway like a normal ship in the air?
When it's super windy in a storm,
Okay.
it'll get pushed, much like a car does on a road.
I don't know. Am I?
Think about a plane in turbulence.
Do I get motion sick?
No, you've never had an
No.
issue.
Okay. And it's rather soothing, actually. Similar to how when I was just, in my young age, I would be cradled to sleep while being read to light books, nothing more than 2,000 pages on ancient magic.
That I need to focus on what's going on here. So many questions. All right. Day passes tonight. Next day comes. Anything? What's everybody doing? Justinian, you said you were looking at your
working with
grimoire.
my grimoire. Yep.
Marslin, you're helping Jaina kind of learn how to fly. Anax, Quentin, and Bishop, what are you all doing?
Mostly trying to
Firing.
stay out of the way, and I imagine I'd fly some 8-hour cycle if we're trying to fly every 24 hours.
Yeah, it's fine. Keeping it going. That'll help you get there faster as you're not stopping in any capacity.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Annex.
Nope, so Annex is just preparing. Preparing for whatever may be coming about. This isn't the first time that he stepped onto foreign soil unknowingly. And I'm gonna prep everybody. Be ready for anything. With no information at all about what's going to happen what's on this island. We need to be ready for anything that may come about. If you can think of it, then we should bring it. If it could happen, then we need to have plans as to how we're going to address it. Like, for instance, what happens if our resident teleporters are no longer teleporting?
Legs.
Did you say legs?
Yes.
So, again, we need to be ready, know where the ship is at, so that we can get back there, and hopefully, with everybody intact. Anything could happen, and this could be the last that we ever set foot on the sea.
You get the sentiment, aren't we flying? We're technically on the sea.
True, but below us is the sea. Be prepared. Check to make sure that you have any kind of magical means that you think that may be of benefit. But it's going to be time to, as the youngins say, lock in.
I will take a minute to go through what I know for spells and see if I can equip anything accordingly.
Okay.
I'm not in the room as this conversation's happening, right?
You can be, yeah. Sure.
I thought it was to everybody. I mean, it
Figure
could
any
be
conversation,
individually.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
it's the group, like we come to you while you're hooked in.
Yeah.
I have not gotten to use any of my newest spells in combat yet.
Bishop will just be meditating and keeping an eye on the ocean below for any weird looking things. And I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put the kid to bed.
No problem.
I would be excited for you to try your new magic. I know how exciting it is to try a new spell, but I also hope that, well, I hope that we don't encounter a situation where we need to use any of defensive or offensive spells.
Well, if it goes as well as Perrin Folly did, we won't have to raise our weapons or our staves at all.
That is a possibility. And it'd be
Well,
great if it went that way.
We'll just rely on your smooth talking, Justinian.
And your perceptiveness, Marslin. Don't forget, you are the one that helped us identify that the book that we thought we needed wasn't the one we needed.
Indeed, it would have been too easy if it was just the one right in the open.
Yes, but he also wouldn't have given us that one.
Strangely, I think the one he gave us has more power.
Quentin,
Yes.
give me a rundown of what you're capable of handling. Poison.
As in, am I resistant to it, or can I
No.
help with it?
If something were to happen, if we were to stumble into a pit with well, let's say poisonous snares or poisonous creatures, are we able to handle that?
I would assume some in some capacity, because it's just healing.
Good. Paralysis.
I don't think I don't know about everything for paralysis. Nothing's quick and simple.
Blindness.
I know I got something. Is blindness not a curse? I got lesser restoration. I think I got most of the stuff covered. Where is it?
This may seem redundant, but I'm planning
You
for the
know,
worst.
I can help us with blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned.
Okay. Make sure that we need to make sure that the others know what we're capable of, and there's no redundancy. Or if there's redundancy, then there must be necessary.
I can also help us walk on water.
Wait, that applies
Everything
to
is
all
an
of us.
option at this point. So, because I'm unfamiliar with the ways of of your of your ilk, but it's very similar to that of a paladin. I need time at night to be able to prepare anything that we are going to encounter from that day or for that period. So we've only got a little bit of time left.
For the most part, the spells I commonly use seem like they'll be well-rounded enough to keep using now. Because, I mostly only use one spell. Just various.
We should work on that.
That's fine.
I don't know, that one you used to cast Spirit Guardians, that seemed to work really, really well.
Yeah. But doesn't help when I need to heal people. Are we going to dragon's testicles?
Oh my gosh.
What?
That would be interesting, seeing as how I have a Dragon Slayer longsword. We could just give him a quick vasectomy being in and out.
There you go.
Problem solved.
All right. You have your conversations. Night falls, turns to day. Bishop, during your meditation, you've come to kind of look out over everything. You can hear the rain around you, but in the distance, you just see this gray mist that just looks like a wall surrounding something. After watching for several days over the ocean, you haven't seen anything like this.
Okay. Am I seeing like any other flying creatures go in and out of any of the mist, or?
No.
I will tell the group that the closer we get, we might want to slow down just a bit. Enter cautiously.
Okay. So I'd imagine the group all comes up to the deck and just kind of looks forward as you press toward this mist-covered area. The ship begins to enter the mist, and you all feel the ship just shake, and you feel the ship being tossed to and fro as you pass through. You can see nothing around you. You're just in this thick fog. Marston, from the captain's core, you hear Jaina, I can't see anything. Where do I go?
Do I know how to answer?
You're in the same spot. You don't see anything either.
I'm just as blind as you. Keep it steady and slow.
You can feel the ship lurch a little bit as she slows down to try to keep the ship level. You can feel hear the crew kind of making some noises as they're tossed to and fro as you pass through this mist. And then, as suddenly as you entered it, your ship breaches the thick wall of the sea mist that clings to the island like a shroud. The first thing you notice is how the world goes quiet. The wind dies. The sea grows unnaturally still. Before you looms the island, jagged, black against the pale, sunless sky. Its cliffs rise like cracked, broken teeth, slick with moss and carved with symbols worn by centuries of salt and sorrow. The shore is narrow, choked with black pebbles and twisted driftwood that resembles limbs. Old docks lie in ruins, their posts snapped and splintered. Trees dot the coastline, but they're pale, barkless, gnarled and warped into shapes that could almost be mistaken for people. You feel the ship glide down as you hear Jaina say, I see a good spot. And the ship descends just off the beach as it settles into the sand. You feel the feet make a nice soft landing. You've landed on this mysterious island.
I'm sorry, I got a dumb question. Can this ship walk like a chicken?
What?
It has
No.
landing feet. I don't think it's just Baba Yaba's hut.
That's literally just to land. I don't think they're to walk.
Why not?
Because
They
we
can
already have a
teleport.
flying ship. Like,
I'll tell the crew that I suggest they go over their positions and look at the ship to make sure there was nothing seriously damaged.
Yes, sir. And they
For
start looking.
Take
at
off.
I start getting the crew members around to put down the gangplank to unload on this dock that Jaina found.
He's laying on a beach, right?
Yeah, you're not on the dock. You're on
Okay.
a small beach.
So yeah, drop the gangplank down onto the beach.
sand.
So
Yeah, you hear it thunk down into the sand. You can see as you all like look over the side, you can see where there's some semblance of a path that leads up onto the island away from the beach.
Think after we're all off the ship, they should maybe go up a little bit and hover in the air instead of just sitting.
I mean, everything's still. The storm that was there moments ago is not there anymore.
Justinian,
Yes.
can you provide a means of communication for the captain and us?
Sure. And this time I'll just pull off a fingernail since everybody's so grossed out with teeth, and I'll just hand it to her.
Not any better.
Just like, I mean, could you just break off an antler or something? Like
A tine.
What about a hair? A strand of hair?
Here's some, hand him some scissors. Like, is it necessary to mutilate yourself?
Okay. And I pull out my dagger and I cut a little lock of my
Not
hair.
that we don't have people that have the sending spell.
Not anymore. It's gone.
Yes, but
Yeah,
this is a way for her to communicate with us.
This is
That's
it's
true.
a contingencies, Bishop.
Yep. So I hand her the lock of hair and I say, this will allow you to speak 25 words directly to me, and I can respond in kind with 25 words back to you.
But it only lasts 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, just so she knows when it disappears. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yes, it will disintegrate.
She just looks at you and she's like, if you say so, we'll be ready.
If you need to communicate with us, all you have to do is hold that object in your hands and start talking to me.
I'll get some tine and then I'll hand it to her. Like, just wrap it in this. Then,
Thank you. She kind of
What,
bundles
my
it up.
hair's that greasy? I mean,
No, it's a ball of hair.
I mean,
And
I
then,
don't
like,
know of
here's
any
some
of you that's
tine to
taken a
wrap
bath
it around.
in the last 6 months.
I've cast
mean,
prestidigitation on myself.
That's true.
At least 7 times a day.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. In that case, I haven't taken a shit since I joined the party either. I mean,
That's
Zormir
right.
hadn't in 4 years.
Gosh, we gotta clip that out if it hasn't been clipped out.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it would be really tough to find right now.
Yeah.
it would.
but this won't be, so you go with this, Carlson.
There you go.
But yeah. As I hand her off the hair, I feel like called to walk to the closest tree that looks like, you know, really crooked and gnarled and like it might be a person. I walk up to it to inspect it closer.
So the rest of you see Justin. He kind of walks down the plank and goes onto the beach. The sand is it's packed in there, but you sink into it a little bit and you kind of walk up to the tree. And while you know this is a tree, your mind wants to make like a face out of the gnarled parts of the trunk. You don't know how long it's been in this state, but it seems like it's been like this for quite some time.
I just kind of reach out and touch where I feel like I'm seeing the illusion of a face. You know, feeling that connection to nature, you know.
As where like you've touched other trees and plants, this one just feels cold.
This place is wholly unnatural.
Somebody lived here once.
Are there any like broken huts or anything over by the docks or?
Nope. As you walk over to the tree and kind of look toward that opening that leads up, you do see a stone path half swallowed by weeds and looks like ash or dark sand, just leading inward.
Everyone, there's a path this way. It's not very clear, but it's clearly a path.
Well, we're all set. We should start taking it.
I'm gonna go back to the crew for one final time and address them as a whole. We will be departing from you for a short period of time. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and for those here who do not adhere to any god, I beckon you to at least seek out Tyr. Me as an avatar of Tyr, as an avatar of Tyr, as a paladin of Tyr, I beseech you, remember this prayer. When doubt creeps in like shadows, when fear seeks to shackle my spirit, remind me of your selfless act, Tyr, your willingness to pay the ultimate price for the greater good. Let your strength flow through me, a bulwark against weakness, a fire against despair. Think on that, and let it give you the strength that you need, and we will see you soon.
One of them looks up at you. Am I supposed to remember that?
Word for word.
Yes. I'll repeat it to him.
Oh
I
boy.
encourage you to practice this.
He's just staring at you. Okay. And it's one of the other ones looks up at you. Jinkies, mister, we're not going anywhere. It's scary here.
Stay vigilant. We will be back. Okay, head back down.
As
with the rest of the party.
as you walk away, you hear one of them say, "Is he always that serious?"
But to pull an Indiana Jones, we are going to die.
Right. All right. So do you all?
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
You all start walking down the path.
Yep.
Sure.
As you proceed down the path, you walk up onto a bit of a hill. You notice that you can feel the stone under your feet. This is an ancient pathway. You see these cracked statues line the sides of the path. Knights in crumbling armor, blindfolded priests, and one figure whose face has been scratched off entirely. As you climb the gentle slope toward the heart of the island, you glimpse what remains of an ancient city. You see a sprawl of blackened ruins, sunken towers, and crumbled streets stretching out like a corpse at mid-decay. In the distance, above everything else, stands a grand mausoleum, its silhouette jagged and imposing, a monolith of death and memory.
DM, could I, as we're walking past these statues, especially the one who's been scratched out, could I, try to see if could identify any of the items that they have on them in this statue to see if I recognize the figure?
They're just, it's just typical swords, armor, shields, that thing, nothing.
Oh, so the guy that's scratched out also is wielding a sword and a shield?
Yeah, that. Well, no. So the one that's got his face scratched out is holding a book.
Okay. And anything about the way he stands remind me of anything I've ever read about? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
I see a book.
A metal or a carved
It's a
book.
stone book, and
Book.
these aren't like. Nothing gives you the impression that these are people who were like frozen into stone. They're big statues. Like these are definitely a testament of days gone by.
Do I get any kind of inkling of I might have been here at one point or known about anything like this at one point?
This is what's weird for you, is this is one place that you never conquered. Like this was not a place that you were or anything like that.
Great.
I would like to be more careful as we proceed. Just because it looks abandoned doesn't mean that there won't be booby traps set up for invaders. So if everybody could just keep vigilance, I'd appreciate it.
I would like to investigate the book he's holding if there's any writing on
It's a
it.
giant statue.
I know.
So-
With
Are you-
a book.
okay. So you're gonna climb. So Marsland, give me an acrobatics.
You know what?
You
Roll
gotta climb up there. You're not doing something fancy, but you're. Well, I guess it would be. I'll let you use athletics or
4.
acrobatics.
Oh,
Either
I
way.
get a choice.
Yep.
Well, athletics would be a 2, so let's go with 4.
I'm sure he's got magical means of coming up there if he wanted.
I don't know if right now is a opportune time to be wasting spells.
He's learning.
Yes, he can be taught.
He can
so-
be taught.
So you all can see Marsland. He's doing his best to try to climb up on this statue, and you can see his vision. His like eyes are focused on like seeing what this book. But he's not making a lot of progress. Like you can tell he's looking for footholds, and then for a moment you see him start moving his hand, like he does when he starts casting a spell, and then he's like, "No, Marsland," and so.
No.
We might have to come back and revisit that book later, there, Marsland.
I don't find anything interesting.
No, you don't ever get up there.
You don't make it up the
Okay.
lake.
Not
Don't give
Not
him
with
a
a-
boost.
not with a 4. Yeah, like
He's that 90-pound
Right,
kid
yeah.
trying to climb a mountain, doing the indoor mountain climbing.
If-
It doesn't
if you-
get past the first 2 steps.
if you want to give him a boost, I'll let him roll again.
I'll give him a boost.
You give me a
walk over
boost?
yeah,
Okay.
his little feet dangling from 7 feet up, and I just kind of push.
14.
Okay, so you with that you kind of kick off a Justinian and you get up there and you climb up there and it's just a stone book. It's very nicely carved, but there's nothing
Yeah.
written in it or anything like that.
There's
It's
no
just
title.
there's no
There's no title or anything on the.
No, it's just he's holding a book.
Do I
The
recognize
last book.
the style of the book and who might have made it?
This was not some intricate carving. It was just a carving of someone holding a book.
Got so sidetracked.
But you can
Mars-
see
Sometimes a
Idiot.
chair is just a chair.
it's true.
Book is never just a book.
Unless it could be a mimic.
You do get a good view, and you can see somebody has climbed up here at some point and just completely decimated the face of this statue.
So the face is like all scratched out.
It's scratched out, like it doesn't look like something hit it and it broke off. It looks like someone went up there and just was like pickaxing it, trying to just tear as much of it off.
You may have you may have said it before and I missed it.
Yeah.
Are there nameplates or anything on here? Is there
There are
anything
not.
discerning
Nope.
any of these statues?
Nope, these are
No.
just statues.
Yep, we got so sidetracked by statues. And I started
It's
it.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Now there is one that is chipped off, and that has me concerned that this has some kind of meaning. But
Right, it's the investigation.
Am I able to discern at all what this face might be?
What? Give me a perception check. Let's see how much you do see.
Wouldn't that be more investigation since I'm like trying to?
Investigation is looking with your hands. Perception's looking with your eyes.
I can't just.
Feel the broken pieces.
If you want to, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't break anything.
25.
All right.
Heavy
So
grooves from an axe.
so you reach out and like you're feeling this. You can definitely feel like what you thought. Somebody has like picked at this. When you remove your hands though, you see your hands are covered in kind of like a soot or something black. With a 25 in investigation, whoever did this probably fell to some unlikely end at the hands of magic.
Oh.
Like they were doing it and they were killed while.
While desecrating the statue that you are currently
Ooh.
desecrating.
I'm gonna hurriedly get down.
Okay.
This guy's
I-
Zeus Bolt.
I have a bad feeling about whoever scratched out these faces. I think they came across somebody that did not take too kindly to that.
Can I
But
look at
good.
his hands and see if there's any kind of, if it's like some sort of mineral that I might recognize as blacksmith?
I mean, it's scorching. I would say even with your passive perception, you would kind of see on his hands that it's just black. Like it comes off, just like picking up ash from a fire.
Okay.
So yeah, you would be familiar with what that looks like.
Yep.
Spend a lot of time burning cities to ash. You know what it looks like, Bishop.
Yep. Pretty much.
All right, you all want to continue?
Yep.
Continue.
Yes.
You follow?
So,
Go ahead.
yeah. So actively, like, keeping my eyes out for booby traps or traps of any kind along the way.
Okay.
Signs of life. I'm watching everything.
Yeah, we'll let your passive perception roll with that for everybody. You're all, I would say you're all in kind of a high alert mode, considering like nobody talks about this place, so no need to do a perception check. You all are kind of darting your eyes
On
around
alert.
and stuff. Yeah. There are
Man,
more
this-
of these statues, and every one that has the statue of someone holding a book, the face is scratched out. You
Only
follow
the ones
the
holding a book.
only the ones holding the book. Yep.
How many people holding a book are there?
As you walk, you probably see 15 or 20 of them down this path.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
And we
gonna be
keep
7.
seeing the blinded people and the
Yep.
warrior as well. Okay.
Mhm.
And are there even numbers of each statue as we go?
Yeah, they're just like across from each other at intervals
okay.
all the way in.
Okay.
I would say you all know enough about cities. Like this would have been something that would have been a symbol of pride. You know, something that like just shows how grand their city was. You know, that we've got these ornate walkways that lead you into this city. So you could ascertain that this was probably a place of importance at one time. You continue down the old stone path, still overgrown with weeds and pale moss-like growth that lightly hiss as you step on them. It's just makes a noise. The further you move from the shoreline, the heavier the air feels. You look to the side and see a broken sign lying in overgrown weeds. Right now, you can't see what it says.
I'll try to clear off
I'm
the
gonna
weeds
say,
to see it.
Okay.
I'll walk over to.
You clear off the weeds and kind of brush the dirt off, and you see a sign that says, "The City of Velmora." I'll put that in the chat so it doesn't get butchered.
Hmm. Anybody heard of this city before?
Have I heard of it?
Yeah, I was gonna say
No.
anything.
Nope.
Only if I had a bunch of incense worth lots of money. I have a spell that could let me learn about this place.
What do you need to do it?
Incense.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any.
What? You don't just carry like $1,000? Was it 250 gold worth of incense around?
No,
That
no.
much incense?
Well,
Yeah.
I may be working, for the champion of a deity. I'm not a holy roller like you and Annex. I don't just carry around incense and holy symbols. And
Could
Just
you even
incense
carry? Would 250 gold worth of incense fit on the ship?
Incense is expensive, just like what it is.
yeah,
So-
Someone
yeah,
hasn't
no-
priced out a diffuser for essential oils lately, have they?
Think of it like what is that, saffron that you get for food? Like you don't get very much, but it's really expensive. That's the way D&D treats incense.
Hmm.
I can fit it all in my hand.
So as you see the sign, you look up and you can see that the city begins with broken archways and shattered roads. Great stone buildings lean against each other in disrepair. Old signs hang crooked as you enter the town.
Dumb question. Was that sign written in common?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the lettering. You can tell is written like it'd be like us seeing Old English written in a book. Like
Okay.
it's written in a lot more archaic format, and all the signs that you see still hanging on buildings are in that format. So as you walk in, the first building you see to your left as you enter into what used to be the gateway into the town, the sign reads, "House of the Sun Touched." Its doors now swing on rusted hinges, revealing a shrine choked in cobwebs and scorched holy books. The smell inside still permeates and wafts out. You can smell sulfur and old burnt prayer beads.
Don't think anything positive happened over there.
Heard books, Marcelin.
What did you say?
I heard books.
Now, just restating the atmosphere, this is still very foggy. Is it, and
No, that you passed through the fog. This is
okay.
clear and like almost like a constant light source of just a dim light. Like you can see everything.
Okay.
It's like walking outside on a cloudy day. It just always stays that way.
All right, revising the bonus action summary.
You know,
Can,
like
can I go?
Silent
Can I
Hill.
go into this House of Sun Touched and look for incense?
You can.
Yeah.
Um,
There's books in this house.
there's some old burnt books. Yes.
Burned.
Yes.
This whole city seems to be burnt to the ground.
Yeah, basically.
I will help with the investigation, but I'm going to try and look at the books and to see if I can discern any information.
All right. You all go inside and you see the remnants of, obviously, as you stated, a fire that has ripped through here. The books are long past recoverable. What you could see is some of them look like some kind of songbook. Others are probably holy books of some sort. You can't make out much from what they are.
While they're doing this, I want to I want to stay outside. I want to see if like the fire started from like the outside or did it start from the inside? Like I kind of want to just try to like
it
where
would be
the
really
source
hard
of the
to
fire.
tell just because the age. Like a lot of stuff is burnt. it whatever happened here burnt pretty bad, pretty quickly.
Okay. Am I noticing that like we're leaving footsteps or anything like that as we're walking?
Yeah, you leave them in the moss and things that you step into.
So I want to look to see if going forward I'm going to be on the lookout for like any kind of like footprints or disturbances.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, Marcelin, this place gives me a new idea for a scent for you. Burnt liqueur.
I don't know if it is quite in the same category as the splendor that is Biblicor.
Wait, would burnt liqueur just be sulfur?
If anybody needs it for their spells, plenty of sulfur.
There is
Not
no
a bad
incense. There's no incense,
Damn.
Quentin.
Damn. Way too convenient. Okay, I would say once we're done there, we go back out and continue on.
Okay.
I hand Marcelin a handkerchief to wipe his face from the tears of all the burnt books.
I just press to digitate myself.
Just.
Wait, did I find anything out about the bucks?
Yeah, they were burnt.
No, they're just burnt.
Okay.
As you descend deeper into Velmora, the stones that you're walking on turn from gray to an obsidian black, much like you were talking about, Bishop, where stuff is burnt and scorched. The roads are buckled. The lampposts are bent and melted. You get to what used to be a town square where a fountain is no longer running. It's just devoid of water. On top is the depiction of some sort of scholar holding scrolls, but the top half of them has broken off and shattered, so it's just half the body, and you just see the hands holding a bunch of scrolls. Looking around, go ahead.
Am I picking up any kind of like heat? Any kind of? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So there's no active anything going on. Excuse me.
Nope. Around there, you see while the signs are missing, you do see what looks like the remnants of a broken down tavern, possibly a collapsed library,
Ooh.
and a broken watchtower.
I suggest we take a look in everything. Surely not everything could have been destroyed or may not have been destroyed.
I sure hope not. I can take the library.
You take the
We should
tavern.
stick together. It's like,
Okay, I can take the library. I will sacrifice the torture of what might lie in there in destruction.
Has a
You get
freaking heart
possessed.
attack.
It's on you.
All right, so you're going to the library. Who else is going with him?
I will go with
Um,
Martin.
Okay. Where are the other three of you going?
You said we're next to a watchtower, right?
There's a
There is
watchtower and
a
a tavern.
broken tower and what looks to be a tavern.
You know
I'll-
what? Scratch that. I'm gonna go to the watchtower.
Okay.
I would like to go to the watchtower too, mostly because if it falls over, I can just jump out, and I'm probably the one who'd have the safest time.
Fine. I will go to the library.
Anywhere you want.
why would you be safer than Bishop or I jumping out of the watchtower? Just
He's
curious.
got
How-
got a ring.
Yeah, I slowly fall.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It only cost him his brother's life. It's cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
You got a
what-
ring. I can do it forever.
right. That's what I'm saying. I can just feather fall on myself. Like,
I just go boom.
Yeah.
No spell required.
All right. So is anyone going with Marsland?
I'm going with Marsland.
Okay.
I wanted the watchtower to get advantage on the city, but if
That's why I'm
covered, then
going up it.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go with Marsland so he doesn't get possessed or die in a horrible way.
Okay. Justinian?
well, seeing as how the watchtower is crumbling and Quentin really wants to be the one to go up there, I'll just be like, hey, let me know if you find any cool weapons up there. And then I'll go check out the tavern.
Okay. And Bishop, you're going to the watchtower?
I was going to go to the watchtower.
Okay. All right. So
Everybody wants to watchtower.
So you and Gwenton go to the watchtower. You can see it's in really bad shape. You kind of walk inside of it and walk up a pretty broken staircase that rounds the inside. The top of it is missing and fallen over, so you don't get that full vantage point, but you get above the buildings just enough to kind of look over the lay of the city. As you're walking through there, you can hear the crumbling of stone. You can hear the stone straining, Bishop especially straining under your feet. as you stand there at the top. Looking over the city, you can see it's been destroyed. You don't see any movement or anything that would indicate people are there. Bishop just looking for signs of life, like you mentioned. You don't see any of that. In the distance, you see what looks like the beginning of some sort of large graveyard, and then, of course, the large mausoleum that is kind of like the focal point of the city here.
The mausoleum is the focal point?
Yep.
Interesting.
Imagine a city on flat ground, and then like it curves up into a hill, and like sitting on top of the hill is this mausoleum, and then with like the graveyard around it, and then the rest of the city is like in front of that.
Okay. Something tells me we're gonna end up in that mausoleum.
I would agree.
But I'll look around on the watchtower, see if there's any interesting weapons for Justinian.
There's no weapons.
And if that's, is there any like maps or anything? There's anything, I guess, is the correct term.
No,
Well, I guess we're
I
not
mean,
on top, so
you're as far up as you can get, right? As it's crumbled. So yeah, it's been here a long time. Any semblance of some of this stuff is long faded.
okay. Well, I think we got about all we can get here, Bishop. We should probably go back down, and we want to split up between the tavern and the library, because I know the last time Marsden was in a library, he was possessed.
That is fine. I will head towards the tavern. I know that dwarves have an affinity towards stonework. Can you tell by looking at what we are surrounded how old, maybe?
I believe I can.
Is he finally
For
gonna
sure.
get to use this?
I feel like it's a trait I've never used. Where is it?
It would be under.
Is it special
Racial-
traits? Or
It's
class features?
probably under your racial traits or species or whatever they say now.
Whatever the cool kids say.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if they removed it in the new edition.
Well, there's stone cunning.
Yes,
Which
that's
is
what
just-
it is.
Okay, because it says tremor sense.
Yeah, stone cunning should be what it is.
Oh, it doesn't read that way. So as a bonus action, you gain tremor sense with a range of 60 feet for 10 minutes.
Oh,
you
so
must-
they did change it. Yeah, it used to be you
Yeah.
could find the age of something.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah. Darn. Guess I can't.
I would say arguably it's more useful with tremor sense than it was like knowing how old something was, but okay. So Bishop, you're heading to the tavern, and Gwenton, you are heading to the library.
The library. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, Bishop. I cannot determine that anymore. I could a year ago.
I forgot it.
I
started
unlearned
feeling the
it.
ground and I forgot it.
Spent so much time studying holy books, I forgot about rocks.
I really like rocks.
So, Justinian, you being by yourself, you head over to the tavern, and you just hear from inside. And
I immediately pause and wait. I don't
Is this the
want
heart tree all over again? This better not be the heart tree 2.0.
No, I literally, like, as soon as I hear that noise, I step back and I just, like, summon the sword to my hand, and I, like, wait in a standing, like, in a ready to go stance.
And Axe, I won't say it's a heart tree, but I'll say I had a lot of fun with this.
All right, get your wisdom saving throws ready.
You do, like, as you draw back, you're kind of looking at it, and you're looking through like the broken down door and the windows,
Right?
and you just see like two mugs hit each other and then fall to the ground.
Where did
And
they
clank.
appear from?
They were in the room somewhere.
Yep, I wait until somebody joins me out on the
Okay.
street. Like, they are going to walk up on Justinian looking like he's ready to throw down.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Marsland and Annex, you walk into the library. Unfortunately, Marsland, it's a murder scene for you.
Oh.
The books have all been burnt. They've been destroyed. You can't even make out what hasn't been destroyed by fire has been destroyed by years of moisture and mold, and they just things swirl around. Pieces of pages swirl around the room, and you start digging through the books that are there, trying to see if there's anything that survived. And you do find, you turn over one book, and like wedged between the covers of some books, there seems to be some sort of page of something that has survived this destruction.
You know, you sent me that to give me time to read it, but I just saw it.
Well, here we are live now. So, Anax, you see him like amidst his franticness of what he's seeing here. You notice he has found something.
Keep yourself calm, Marsland. What is it you've got there? I'm standing inside the entrance, but at the entrance for right now.
Okay.
Oh.
So-
Oh no. Oh no. This place seems cursed and horrible, whatever happened here. This
Can you
page-
expound on that, Marsland?
I'm just trying to gather myself. I'm a little shaken. This page talks about Orazhul?
Yep.
Wow, I got it. He studied here, sworn to the Temple of the Silver Flame, scholar of life and death, initially in his early studies. But he became fascinated with the veil between the worlds, and, well, he thought he was doing a good thing, but he began raising the dead in secret behind closed doors. I think he took it too far. It seems to leave an impression on his soul and left him corrupted.
This poor his dad.
Huh.
The dead, eh? I'm not surprised. Well, anything else that we can gather from that useful for what we are seeking?
Anything else, if that's not messed up enough?
I'm to refocus ourselves on the matter at hand, Marsland. We are looking for one of the Shadowspark Chronicle.
Have I noticed the mausoleum yet?
I mean, everyone saw it walking up. Like it's
Okay.
noticeable.
Does, now having this information, does it look like Orazhul spent some time in the mausoleum?
You can only assume.
Cool.
At this time, Gwenton, you kind of arrive, and you can see Marsland has a paper in his hand, and Anax is standing there at the door.
He has found something describing a horrific occurrences that have been ongoing in this town.
That would track with what we've seen so far walking through this town. Marsden, what did you find?
This tale of Orazhul, who supposedly lived here, and his favorite pastime was raising the dead.
That definitely is not ominous in any sort of way. Not with a mausoleum surrounded by graves on top of a hill over here.
Interesting. I should say this also mentions him doing it first, seemingly out of curiosity, and then followed by a means of power, dominance, even.
I mean, does this sound a bit like he had a Shadowspark book? And I don't think the one we're looking for. It sounds like one we already have.
Yeah, right. This doesn't look like a Shadowspark book, does it?
No,
Oh,
it's not. It's not a page out of a Shadowspark book.
No, I meant like what you're describing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like the act of necromancy.
a little bit.
I wonder if this is where the 7 Shadowspark books got tainted with evil. I forget what the other name of them was called.
Are the Shadowspark books?
Chronicles of Light. That's the pre-tainted name.
Oh, yeah. I just find this one page.
Yep.
Anything else of note in the library?
Nope.
Even if I investigate?
Even if you investigate.
Are there stairs?
Nope.
Can I investigate the stairs?
You can
Oh
go
my gosh.
investigate the ruins of the burnt and desecrated stairs. Sure.
Okay.
Every step along the way.
You will find nothing.
How long can I make any sort of judgment onto how long ago these fires took place?
Mm,
Can I carbon date this?
I would say no, not without a spell.
And if I use a spell?
You find the right spell.
Boon of knowledge.
Find the right spell.
I don't know if that applies here, actually. I'm going to cast Know Everything.
I was looking at identify, but it does not cover that kind of stuff. You'd probably need something like legend lore or something like that.
Only if you had $250 of expense.
Yeah, legend lore would definitely do it.
I tell you what, Marsden, teleport me back to the academy. I'll go buy some, and I'll teleport back to the ship and beat you here in a day and a half.
I could just ask Pora. Okay. But what about... It doesn't seem like it was recent, I guess. Is that a fair question?
It is not. It's definitely not recent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bishop, you walk up and you see Justinian with sword drawn, just staring at the tavern.
Am I missing something?
I saw 2 mugs linked together. I heard a very and then they fell. Now, mind you, there were no hands holding those 2 mugs. And then I heard an unsettling laugh. And I decided that being the smartest light on Sparker, I would stay here
Sorry,
until
what?
I had backup.
Well, I am here to back you up. And I'll
Okay.
walk in.
Okay, it's an old broken down tavern.
I'll just look around, see what I can see.
I mean, it's you can see where the bar was.
I point to the 2 mugs on the floor.
Yeah.
Those clanked together in the air and then just fell onto the floor.
I'll investigate them.
They're just mugs.
No residue, no nothing.
No.
They
Well-
do look freshly cracked, right? Like,
They didn't crack. They just clinged together and fell.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said they cracked when they fell. All right. I swear to you, Bishop, I'm not crazy. I heard a laugh.
Like the one I just heard.
I don't like this soundtrack.
Yes, like that noise right there. Only it was a little bit more of a cackle.
Can I pinpoint where it's coming from? Or is it just all around us?
It just seems to be all around you. There's no particular direction.
I will pop up the 4 globes of dancing lights and kind of spin them into the shadowy spots in the room.
Okay. And they illuminate the shadowy spots. But you don't see anything moving. It just feels weird in here.
Is there anything we can do to help you?
You just hear something fall in the back. It sounds like another mug hitting the ground.
I'll go investigate where it came from.
Okay.
And
you
I
go-
will cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You go back in the back behind the bar, and you can see there's just a mug kind of rolling on the floor. And you don't see anything detect magic except for Bishop that glows like the sun.
And
Mm-hmm.
of course, my own glows. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it seems that this town
Needs another.
surrounds a graveyard. And the graveyard surrounds a mausoleum. So I am assuming that this island is at least somewhat haunted. There is a lot of death.
Should we go through the rooms?
Are there rooms to even go through?
No, like the top of the building has like burnt down, like the
But there's like no kitchen or storeroom
No.
off to the back. It's
No.
it's literally just this room. Okay.
yeah, it's just as things have fallen. What's left is like basically the old stone.
I'm gonna rest my hand on
Kitchen.
Gwynton's
Wonder if they killed
shoulder and say, "Are we prepared for the undead, Gwynton?"
I mean, if you're saying that I can finally use a Seer Undead spell, yeah.
Just want to make sure that we're ready for what is coming.
I mean, depending on how
Dead
many
don't
there
have
are.
a tendency to stay dead.
Most of the dead I've seen stay dead. But I haven't seen that much dead.
There's a lot of dead around here.
Dead.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna head back out of the tavern then and wait
Meet
for
up
them to
with
come out of
everybody?
the library.
Okay. You all meet up outside by the fountain with your new discoveries.
Well, it seems that there are ghosts.
From what Marsland found on a paper, that this place is definitely more like Justine said earlier, unholy.
Well, with the mass destruction of pretty much every structure here, except for the mausoleum still looks intact, right?
It's definitely sunk into the ground. It's tilted some, but yeah, it's intact.
I think whatever answers we are going to find here will be from there.
Yeah, I'd believe that as well.
Unfortunately, I agree.
Does anyone hear whispering in the wind?
It's definitely there.
Do we hear that, or is that just the track?
No, you guys do hear that ever since you've been here. Light
What?
whispers.
Ah. Can I make out what it's saying?
If you can, you're a better person than I. No, you can't make out what it's saying. But
This is
while you're standing there, Marsland, you do feel like something like grabbed the back part of your robe and kind of pulled on it and then let go.
Ah. Who did that?
did what?
Something just grabbed my robe.
Well, he
Well.
did. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Quentin.
I say he did just say they thought they found a ghost. So
I think one just touched me.
About how much time has passed since we left the ship?
Probably 2 hours.
Well, I think with what you have disclosed to us and what we have seen, we are best to move on to the mausoleum and see if what we're looking for is there.
Agreed.
I would like to still remain cautious, though, especially now that we know that we could be being watched and not perceive that we are being watched.
The trick is always assume you're being watched.
All right. Towards the mausoleum we go.
Everybody?
yep.
Right. As you enter the graveyard gates, your boots crunch over brittle bone dust and dead ivy, and you feel the air grow unnaturally still and quiet. The light surrounding you dims slightly, though the sky remains the same iron gray. The scent of ancient decay clings to everything, earth that hasn't been disturbed in centuries, and something deeper, more evil. You are startled as a crow flies off from one of the stones, but they let no call loose. No bird song. You hear no insects, just the occasional whisper, too low to catch, like voices trapped beneath the soil. Rows upon rows of black stone headstones jut from the ground at uneven angles, each inscribed in that old archaic language. You see life-size figures of mourning angels, robed watchers, and skeletal priests with outstretched hands. It feels like their eyes are following you, watching. And then at the end of the path, you see the heart of the graveyard, the grand mausoleum, a towering structure of obsidian and ash gray marble, half sunken into the earth like a buried titan. Its doors sealed with runes that burn cold blue when you look at them. And it's just
So we need to
dead
the
quiet.
magically sealed. Cool.
What would you like to do?
Aloha Mora.
Marson, you want to take a look at those runes, see if you recognize them?
I'll go take a closer peek.
All right. Are you just looking at them or feeling them out, or
You want me to touch them?
we made such a big deal over the statue feeling stuff out. I'm just making sure.
You're acting pretty suspicious. What's gonna happen if I touch it?
I'm gonna walk up with Marslin.
Just to confirm, are you touching the door?
Do I have any reason? I'm gonna look at it first, not touch.
They're runes. They're not in a language you recognize or a spell that you recognize.
I got nothing, everybody. I
I
can't
cast
recognize this.
comprehend languages.
It's not a language.
Okay, it's not a language.
Right.
Okay. So do I need to burn that spell slot then, since you're telling me it's not a language?
I would say you would know that it wasn't a language.
Okay.
They're definitely they're runes, not like runic language.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around the mausoleum for another entrance. Like anything got broken.
Okay. No, there's nothing broken. You can see kind of the ground, whether it be by the wind carrying something up, or just time of it sinking, has kind of covered up a lot of the parts. But knowing what you know about mausoleums, they usually only have one entrance.
Oh, something broken.
Yeah, there's nothing broken. Yeah, not like a window or anything.
Well, I believe this is gonna be the only way in. I didn't see anything that looked like we could use as an entrance. Walking around it.
I'm gonna touch one of the runes.
Okay. You touch the runes and your fingertips feel cold. And suddenly you see the runes just go out. Take 1 point of cold damage.
Stay on guard.
Rude. The runes are gone.
The runes are gone.
I think I broke it. Either that or I let it know we were here.
Marslin, are you okay?
My finger tingles a little bit. It stung similar to when you stub your toe on the edge of the bookcase.
Or pinky toe.
Are we safe to move forward?
The door's still closed, right?
Yep.
Unless you can move through solid stone. I don't know how we will do that.
Is it okay? How, before I go and make a foolish statement, do I see that, like, how the door would open otherwise?
It's double doors.
So okay, so it definitely looks like double doors.
Yep.
I push the doors open
You
inward.
and you give some strength, and it takes
Yep.
some pressure to move, but and they swing open to the side, and before you is a stairwell leading down.
Hey, is that it? Just a stairway heading down?
Yeah.
How big is the mausoleum around the outside?
Like like a house.
Like just big enough for a stairway, basically, right? Not like it's like 10 times longer for only being a stairway.
We're not half a football field here. We're a house.
Yes.
Yeah, mausoleums. They just house, like, maybe a dozen bodies, like tightly packed.
But this doesn't have anything on the sides. It's just all smooth stone and a stairway down.
Let's get to it.
All right, I'll take the helm.
I'll pull out my
Quentin?
mace and activate the light.
Okay.
I'll hit
Sorry,
the
was
rear.
Was there a specific spot you wanted me annex? I imagine this stairway wide enough for 2x2? Or just 1x1?
It is. I believe it is.
Quentin, am I right?
Sure.
All right. And what means do we have for light? Am I whipping out a torch?
I
No,
activate light on my mace.
Okay.
I think you're muted, just stating if you're trying to talk.
I will cast dancing lights behind everybody, and I'll take up the rear in case somebody tries to attack us from behind.
Okay. All right. You walk down the long stairway and you find yourself standing in an entry chamber, a vast, cold entry chamber. It's stone carved from black basalt, streaked with veins of green crystal. The air is still impossibly dry. Every footstep echoes for too long. The ceiling is vaulted, nearly 30 feet overhead, held aloft by pillars that twist like bone and sinew. Each is etched with writhing figures, mortals pleading with faceless gods, souls being funneled into urns, and a recurring image of a robed figure holding a mirror in one hand and a skull in the other. At the far end of the chamber stands a sarcophagus. The base of the statue bears an inscription in a shifting, unstable script. Let me show you what you're looking at.
What, anything to do with the sarcophagus again?
I'm fine with just looking at the world map. We don't have to. We did it.
Another one of these.
Glad you had the same thought as me.
Do I sense the deja vu in your guys' tones? Like,
Oh yeah, oh without a doubt.
I go, huh? Is this what it was like when you found your mace there, Gwenton?
Well, this is way after I found the mace.
Oh, so this is Athan then.
Yes.
Oh, great, excellent.
This is where it all began.
I'll walk forward to see what else we can see.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You see a pathway to the north and one to the south. I said you do see an inscription on the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You said it's shifting though.
It just, from where you were at, it just looks like, kind of like that weird stuff when heat is coming up in the summertime, just kind of over the top of it.
I'll look at the name on whatever's it etched on it.
There is no name, but you see the phrase, to enter is to be remembered, to leave is to be forgotten.
Fireball?
I think it's alright doing fireball.
There's 2 hallways.
Yep, one to the south, one to the north.
Did I recognize the figure with the skull in one hand and the mirror? As in like
No.
some type of okay. Well, which way do you guys feel like going? Or are we going to try to figure out the sarcophagus more first?
I'll take a look at the sarcophagus.
It's This one is pretty plain. It's a stone lid on top of a stone sarcophagus. Nothing is etched on the inside or anything on it.
Is heat radiating off of it?
Nope.
Cool.
I'm sure we're all
Magic.
aware, but I will reiterate. Try not to touch anything. Let the dead be in peace.
I do not believe the dead are at peace here.
I would second that motion from what we saw in the tavern.
And with what Marsland found in the library.
Indeed, I think they're quite restless.
Be cautious then.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you guys want to go north or south?
Let's head south.
We could head north first because things will only be going south from there.
Yeah, but you can look at the opposite way. If you go south first, it's the only way but up.
I am not a man of logic, Marsland. However, if we go south, then the only way is north.
I like the way you think.
South
Got
it
it.
is.
We got to hit rock bottom first, right?
Indeed.
You are heading south?
Yes. As long as everyone's fine with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I am following and taking
I'm-
up the rear,
Whichever rear that may be.
yeah,
I'm
whichever
heading-
rear that may be. Justin is taking up the rear and watching our 6.
Heading south.
I reach out and cast light on Bishop.
Okay. There's a lot of light.
Actually,
I'm not going
it-
to keep activating it because it gets a little bright on the screen.
never mind then.
All right. You find yourself, there are 2 stone doors here. You could see those from the north as well. There's
Okay.
2 doors up that way as well.
And actually, you take one, I take the other.
Yes.
Push up it.
Yep.
I'll
I'll
start
take.
push.
Yep. And I'm gonna touch the door.
All right. You push the doors open. And you see that in the light from Quentin's mace and wherever other light source, the walls are made of rough-hewn black stone, slick with moisture. They look wet. Faded murals depict ancient rites. Hooded figures placing organs into jars, chanting over corpses laid out on slabs. At the center of the room, 4 heavy stone sarcophagus rest in a perfect square formation, each one stained dark from time. Set into the eastern wall, you see a heavy iron door barring your way to the east. It's sealed tight, without a handle or a keyhole. Beside the door is a small alcove set into the wall. Let me open the doors for you here.
I sense fire traps around, like Baldur's Gate style.
Guess we should take a minute to investigate this room and the borders.
Maybe some clarity will come about from the first message if we investigate further.
Anything
I want to
on
look on the. Go ahead.
sarcophagus. Yeah, I was gonna say, what is there anything on the sarcophagus?
There are not.
Sarcophagi.
Sarcophagi, yes. But no, there's no names or anything inscribed on them. So you all are just
What-
looking around the room?
Yeah,
Yep.
like the walls and stuff.
Okay. As you pass around the small alcove beside the door, you see an indentation the shape of what looks like a ring of some sort. Above the door, carved into the stone in that old script, you see the phrase, "All are one, and one for the Father."
Can you post that?
I'm gonna look
One
at the
is in,
sarcophagi.
I was gonna say ONE or WON.
Oni.
All are one, and one for the father.
Be right back.
I'm gonna look at the sarcophagi in greater detail.
Same.
They are they're ornately carved. These have the images of what look like warriors or whatever. You've seen this before, where like they do a likeness of whoever was buried here on the outside.
Does it look like the lids come off easily?
I mean, they can be moved. Yep.
It's gonna be a bad day.
I don't know if we should remove the lids, but
I don't think we should either. I'd almost hesitate to go north first.
last time we removed the lid, it did not go quite well.
One of these might have the signet ring to open the door.
It might. Do we dare risk it, or do we explore further first?
I think further exploration is in order. We may have to come back.
I agree. Let's get the lay of the land.
Guess we're going north.
Gonna go north.
All right.
I see your puzzle.
And
I
we
take
choose to
another
skip it.
path.
All right.
As we walk
You
into another puzzle.
You see,
Holder one or one or the mother.
you come, you see two stone doors just like the doors to the south.
Gonna try and open it.
Okay, you push them open. You see a very similar dark stone room. At the center of the room, 4 heavy stone tables rest in a straight line. Upon each table rests a single jar about the size of a man's forearm. The jars are crafted from bone-white porcelain and look to be inscribed with sigils and sealed with a crumbling wax. They are positioned precisely, their arrangement matching each other. Set into the eastern wall, you see a heavy iron door. It's sealed tight without a handle or keyhole. Beside the door is a small basin connected to the wall.
Do I recognize these? Do these sigils look like the ones I saw on the door? Moons.
Oh, on the jars?
Yeah.
They're not glowing or anything like that. No.
But do the patterns match?
No. They're just
Okay.
yeah. And a lot of them are just worn off.
Okay.
Anything written above this door?
Yes. As you look over the door, it says, "A gift to the Father is a gift to the Son."
Gift to the father is a gift to the son. Ah, it all makes sense now. It's so obvious.
Are you investigating these jars?
I will help with that.
Okay. This is going from left to right. The first jar is like marked in the wax on the top of it is a heart with thorns wrapped around it. The second one is a set of grasping skeletal hands. The third one is an open weeping eye, and the fourth one is a cracked crown.
Do these images, or does this match at all with any of the depictions of the people the carvings or anything on the sarcophagi?
No, no,
Could you paste that in chat?
no. I can put what the. Oh, what? Oh, these? Yes, I can.
What did you?
It did sound like you're asking to put no in the chat for a
You
second.
Yeah, you asked me a question, I answered it, and then you said, "Can you put that in the chat?"
Can you paste no, please?
Much as I hate to say it, I don't know about you guys, but it's the phrase "a gift to the father is a gift to the son" almost sounds like they want a blood offering.
Well, that is jumping to some wild conclusions, Quentin.
Have
You
you
just-
not been paying attention to the various depictions while we were walking involving?
I've been trying not to. I think we should head back to Candor's Keep.
No book here.
I was about to say, so Marsland's giving up on a quest for a book.
Why are we doing this in the first place? What's in the cage in the corner?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I want to look at the
Believe,
basin.
but believe that it was automatically generated, and I just never removed it.
I want to look in the basin.
You can see it's a typical basin that looks like it would hold a liquid of some sort, and there's a small hole in the bottom.
Is it a urinal?
It looks like a urinal. Yeah.
It can be.
If you try hard enough, anything can be.
Who's going to be the first one to try it out?
With all the pictures on the walls that we've seen so far, has there been anything that looked like somebody was giving a gift to somebody else?
No, they've all been like pictures of more like historical events of some sort.
Sorry, in these vases, is it an image or is it actually like a heart in there?
It's like a seal that's stamped into the wax.
Oh, okay. And then it's just like you said, it's like a
It's
bone
probably
or ivory
you've
or
seen these before. It's like a cork stopper, and then like the wax has been poured over the top of it to keep the cork in.
Gotcha. Okay, but the jar is otherwise white.
Yeah, bone white.
Bone white. Do we crack these open and see what's inside?
Probably not a good idea.
Can't open the
Well,
sarcophagi. Can't open the jars. What are we doing? We're gonna stand here with our thumbs up our butt.
Oh, how the tables have turned. All of them have seals on them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of them have seals on them. You said they're all in the same position on each table?
Yeah, they're all on the tables. Yep.
Okay, I thought you made it a point that they were
That was just
all identical.
what my notes had and what was here were two different statements. So I was just making sure they're all on the tables.
I will pick up the heart with the thorns around it and look at like the bottom. So I'll pick it up and I'm just gonna examine the whole thing.
Okay.
Is there anything on the bottom?
There's nothing on the bottom. As you move it around, you can hear sloshing on the inside.
Does anyone think by chance that these 4 containers need to be placed somewhere on the 4 sarcophagus down in the other room?
I think they need to be poured into this little basin here.
I was considering the same thing. But
With these being sealed with wax, I feel like these are meant to preserve something.
the pouring down the vase could be the gift.
I will not be contributing my blood to this offering.
Bishop got some spare oil from your oil changes.
I would say currently we have no clue what to do with any of these vials other than to deposit them into a basin. I say our choice should be let's go open up the 4 sarcophagi down in the other chamber.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if my character figures out the puzzle?
Who knows?
Technically, you can for a hint.
Can I roll an intelligence check for a hint?
I mean, you can insight. That would be an insight into what you're doing. But yeah, you can roll an insight.
All right, I'll do that. 21.
It does seem that this room, like the basin, was designed for whatever contents that are in these jars to be poured into them, the basin.
I think the jars want to be poured into the basin.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sarah Bear redeemed God's blessing. What? That's the good thing. So,
The gods do not dwell down here.
it's a benefit on death saving throws. So,
Oh. Hopefully we don't need that.
Is that for the
But I
is that
feel
for
like
the
we might.
undead? Yeah.
Okay, to be clear, these look like they have not been opened, like the seal.
the seals are not broken. No.
Okay.
Problem is, we don't know which one to pour.
Or perhaps all of them.
I would say all of them, especially based off of the saying in the southern room.
Well, here's the thing. Probably in an order.
A gift to the father is a gift to the son.
We
Which
have
to
a
me that
broken
sounds like it
crown.
would
We
be a
have a
crown.
crying eye. We have, you said, 2 skeletal hands grasping,
Mm-hmm.
and then a heart with thorns around it.
I would have said the heart.
I don't know. I would think a crown because usually there's the king, and then the prince becomes the king. So it's a crown passed down from father to son.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Yeah,
my
I'm-
opinion.
I'm on that same logic. To me, that makes sense.
Okay.
But here's what stinks, right? Is I can see the heart idea as well, because the blood of the heart.
Yeah.
Without that to the father, the son wouldn't be existing.
Like you give your heart to your father, and the son, or the father gives it their.
But that's
guidance
technically not a
back.
gift.
Well,
That's
ma-
genetics.
I mean, I don't think any of this is very literal.
Probably not.
I would vote for the heart.
All right, Justinian, you're the tiebreaker. We can't hear you.
I would vote for the crown.
All right, let's take the crown.
Crown it is.
All right. Who's taking it over there?
I'll
I
grab
will
it and take it over.
there.
Oh, you got it.
Who's got it?
We're good.
Bishop's got I
Yeah.
will do it.
Okay. All right. So you've got the jar.
I will break the seal.
Okay.
And pour it into the basin.
You break the seal and you pour it in. You hear it glug into the urinal. Justinian, you being closest to it, you just smell this just ungodly smell, and you see kind of this mist come out from the basin and fill the floor of the room, and each jar just begins bursting, and this smell fills the room. And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative as from
No.
this mist,
No,
these
oh my god.
these hands begin, it's like Thing from the Addams Family. They begin crawling toward you, and these flaming skulls lift up off the ground and like burst into flaming hair, and these little balls of light start swirling around the room as just swarms of these hands are coming towards you, just skeletal bone hands, and you can just hear the tapping of their bony fingers across the stone as they're rushing toward you. Yeah. Roll
Marston,
initiative.
you know what to do.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do it for a while.
We just all walk away. You know what to do, Marston.
Can I switch my initiative roll with N axes?
You get the ability to do that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, one second.
That puts him at 17 instead of 6.
Okay. And puts you
You're
at
muted again.
Me?
No,
Bishop.
Justinian.
Bishop,
Oh.
how did you do on your initiative roll?
21.
Okay, never mind then. You're good.
All right. The small glowing lights are going to. Whoa! Nope.
Everything moves in unison.
Yeah. Drop down like that. They are going to attack Bishop. First one misses. Second one misses. Third one misses. Bishop, your turn.
Okay. I guess I will go after the ones that just went after me.
Okay.
So first one, 24.
That hits.
Second one, 28.
That hits.
And then I will flurry of blows. Third attack. So that one.
All right. Getting off to a good start here.
Fourth attack. 15.
That hits.
And last attack. 13.
That hits.
Okay. So we'll do the first two. It's 22. Then that one. Swap places with the target and make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, fall prone.
Okay. I can't see you failing that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just swap places with one. And the final two. For 31.
Yeah, that'll hit.
No, those are the last
Oh,
two.
the damage. Yeah.
Damage.
So you all see Bishop just, you hear the fist go out like you always have, and it just sounds like glass shattering as he hits these. And they're gone. Is that the end?
That's the end of my turn right now.
All right, Justinian, you are up.
All right. So I'm gonna hurl my Eldritch Blasts, but I'm gonna roll them one at a time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start with the skull closest to me because that's gonna be a disadvantage.
Yep.
So first blast at him. One's a 16,
That hits.
and the other one's a 15.
That hits.
Okay, so that first blast hits him for 6 damage.
Okay.
All right. Is he still up?
He is. Yep.
All right. Second bolt, also at disadvantage. 14.
That hits.
Okay, and a 13.
That hits.
Wow. Okay. And the damage on that one. So he'll take another 15.
Okay. He's still up.
All right. Another bolt, third bolt.
Okay.
Disadvantage still. And there's a nat 1.
We knew it was coming.
Right. And there's a nat 20. But it's
Nice.
disadvantage.
Nice split. Yep.
What's my magic?
Okay. If this attack deals fire damage.
It does not.
Okay, so that doesn't count. Off we go. You teleport 30 feet in a direction determined by the GM.
Roll a d8.
That's the 4.
All right. So you slam down into this corner, right into the wall.
Okay.
All right. Is that it?
That was my action.
Yep.
Bonus action to use the bracers to throw another 3 bolts. Didn't
Okay.
I kill the first fire skull guy, didn't you say?
Nope.
No. Okay. So the first one's gonna be a him.
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit.
That will just hit.
Okay. And that'll hit for 8 damage.
Okay.
Still alive?
Yep.
Bolt number 5 coming his way. Nat 20.
Okay. It's not gonna matter what you do. That he'll be dead. So.
Okay.
All right. So he's dead.
Okay. But what if the effect
It was double damage.
Okay. All right. And so my last bolt will go onto the one next to Gwenton.
Okay.
And that's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
And that will be 11 damage to him.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
The bolts of darker black color kind of reach out, streaks of green, swirling around, slamming into the skulls. And Axamander, you are up.
Watch
Okay.
out. Apparently they have telekinesis.
All right. I'm actually planning on taking a more defensive action here.
Okay.
I want to be able to get to the other side of the room.
You're kind of pinned in.
And now there's no way to move through them at all.
We do have a variant rule for passing through creatures. I can load that up. Let's see here. All right, shove aside. Oh, if you just want to run over them, make an athletics check contested by the creature's strength athletics check.
Okay.
So
I have to do that per one. I want to go straight to the east.
you'll have to use your action and your bonus action to get through 2.
Okay.
So
Ready for the first one?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 17.
I don't even need to roll this, but I will. All right, that is a 1 for the first one. Not a natural one,
Okay.
but a 1.
And the second one, it's a dirty 20.
Mine's a -4.
All right. I will be taking some opportunity attacks.
So you're just moving to the corner of the room, or just this?
Just right there is fine.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so yep. Yeah, you'll take 1 opportunity attack as you kind of shove through the other 2 and succeeded. So let's see here. It does hit.
Okay.
14 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That would be your turn.
All right. Now, abominations of rotten shadow by scales of tear, your false existence ends. The light of justice burns eternal. You shall not escape its flame. Marsland, you know what to do.
Okay.
You keep saying that.
All right. So
I don't think you know what that means.
I do not think it means what you think it means.
I pull out my Biblicor.
Marsland, you just see these little hands, singular hands, just like crawling toward you, and they are going to attack you.
Me?
Yep.
I haven't
First
done
one.
anything to them.
Misses. Second one. Misses. Third one. Oh, that one might hit. It does hit. You take 2 necrotic damage. And the last one misses.
Can I make an wait, which one hit him?
The one right to the north of him.
Can I take an opportunity attack against it?
Yeah. Because you got what, Sentinel or something?
It's Sentinel, yeah.
Yep, go for it.
Does 14 hit?
Yep.
8 points of damage, and I believe it would also do an extra 1d6 for radiant.
It doesn't matter. You
Cool.
you bring the mace down and it just shatters bone across the floor. And
I help.
All right, now the Flaming Skull's turn. Since Justinian, that's going to be at you,
Okay.
and they are all. I love this. They are all casting magic missile at you.
What?
Per their character sheet. So they each get four darts at you. So that is 12 darts. And then it'll be plus 12. So you are hit for 35 points of force damage.
Sorry, who was that to?
That was
Justinian.
to Justinian.
All right.
Magic
Damage taken.
missile.
Magic miss.
And now the other ones.
Can we get the magic missile song tonight?
We can. And these are not just one claw, but several. They're just in a big group, and you can see them kind of like tumbling over each other as they crawl towards you. The first one is going to attack Gwynton. And that misses. Second one will attack Gwynton. And that hits. You take 18 points of necrotic. The next one's going to attack Anaximander. And it hits. 21 points of necrotic. And the next one's going to attack Bishop. And it hits. This is crazy.
What the heck?
Yeah, because their bonus is not great. Bishop, you are hit for 11 points of necrotic.
Right. I would use my reaction to deflect attack, and I take 0 points.
Okay. Quentin, you are up.
These are all undead, right?
You have a pretty good inkling that they are.
Can I do turn undead?
Yeah, what's it do?
That one is a wisdom saving throw.
So I'm gonna do one for each group. Wisdom saving throw.
And it's like 17.
For the singular hands, fail.
Okay.
For the flame skull, fail.
Okay.
For the crawling, the big groups of them, succeed. For the
Damn.
19. Yeah.
Okay. So on the succeed, where is it? They just like run away, going past it. I was just looking at it a second ago.
I want to say it deals damage or something now, doesn't it?
Only on failed ones.
Yeah. So the ones that fail,
Why?
how much damage do they take?
They take
Just do one roll.
18 radiant damage.
Okay. So let me take care of that. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. And on the ones
And
that
then-
succeeded,
They don't have this in the greatest spots.
Yeah, D&D Beyond is Needs to be retooled.
Saving throw.
does.
They each of them that. Well, if they're still two alive that failed. They
Yes.
become frightened and incapacitated for 1 minute. For that duration, it tries to move as far away from you as it can on its turn. This effect ends early on the creature and takes any damage.
okay. So that's
Or
the
if
two
I
flaming-
become incapacitated or die.
All right. That's the two flaming skulls.
Okay.
The other ones are just normal, right?
Yeah, nothing happens to those guys.
Okay. Is that the end of your
That's
turn?
it. Yep.
All right. As Gwynton calls down the holy light from his god, that you see you hear the undead, even the hands almost scream out in pain as holy light flashes through the room. Marslin, you are up.
I'm furiously recalculating. Gosh darn it. 1 second. Everybody's in such inconvenient spots.
Might I suggest murder?
How much health do you have, Quentin?
He's good.
Just guess, that's fine. Nothing will end poorly from
Do
this.
it. Do it. What size is the circle you're trying to do?
Radius. One of them is a radius of 20 feet. Another is a radius of 10 feet.
Okay.
10 would get everybody if you centered it on the
Right.
ghost that doesn't exist.
A radius though, so it's 20 feet total.
What?
If it's a radius of 10, that's a 20-foot diameter.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
That's what that would look like.
Yes.
You feeling healthy today, Quentin?
Let's
Now-
do this.
Now, Marslin, you could move out of the way of your own blast if you, because you have
Oh,
movement
yeah.
yet.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about me.
Okay, I'm gonna move into the epicenter of this, so I think that would be. I can't. Yeah, game's paused.
To there. To
Yes.
the, okay.
Well, actually, would that would give them a attack of opportunity, right?
We give
They
one.
will get one. Yes.
Wait a second. Okay, so he's out of it. I can stand there.
It's on. You can move where you need to move.
Oh, I can stand there, and then I still only hit Quentin.
Let me
Um,
make sure. It would hit if it's radiating from you. It would hit Bishop as well.
Oh, it's
Then step one back.
wait. No, it's only what I'm. This is not going to be fireball. This is only a 10-foot radius.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what this is. This is 20-foot diameter.
Bishop is measured at 20 feet from me, so something's off.
Whoa, hold on a second. If it's a 10-foot radius,
Yeah. This is double
then
the
that
size.
should be
Yeah.
that's double the size right there.
Oh, they're doing. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna go there.
No opportunity attacks there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go move around there, invoke no attack of opportunity, look straight into Quentin's eyes, and go, "I'm so sorry," and clap my hands and thunder step, and teleport to the other side of the room.
Okay.
And I need all of them and Quentin to roll a con save.
Okay. The flame skulls are incapacitated, so they fail.
7.
Well, wait. I guess they would get it. Because it's con. They failed. The other things.
Quentin. I thought you were have good constitution.
They all
No,
failed.
I have good wisdom.
So and then you're teleporting to the other side of the room, right?
Yeah, that's kind of just
Yep. That's fine.
arbitrary.
So what's your damage number that hit everybody here?
26 points of damage to each single person. Sorry, Quentin.
Okay. So the skulls are gone. The other things are still up. All right. As Marslin runs around, looks at Gwyn, sorry, and then boom, and like dust like falls down from the crypt ceiling. A little bit of stones and like pebbles rock down. You can feel it. The place shake a little bit as it echoes through the hall, and then he reappears on the other side of the room.
Is there a pushback?
No, they just take it. But they aren't looking real good. The ones around Gwynton are not looking real great.
Dumb question. So he was, I can't mark it. He was right in the middle. Like he was still 5 feet from me, right?
Yeah.
Can I do an opportunity attack to attack one of the bone things?
You already had one. You only get one.
My turn's reset.
No, this is still the same turn.
Yeah, he was the last of the
Mars
turn
was the
order.
last of the turn order.
Yeah.
Well, no, he did his opportunity attack before his turn, so yeah, he does get another one. But nothing moved willingly away from you.
He attacked something other than me within 5 feet of me. Sorry, it's the way it's worded. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you takes a disengage action or hits a target other than you with an attack. Oh, sorry, it's against that creature.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
I mean,
don't
you
do
can
that.
swing at Marsland, I guess.
I'll heal him.
All right, Bishop, you are up.
Okay. I will go for the one in front of me.
Okay. That hits.
Dirty 20. Second attack. 25.
That hits.
I will. Let me do the damage for those two.
Yep.
So a total of 23.
All right. You crush them. You just start like pounding your fists into the ground on all of them until it's just bone dust.
Okay. I will move up one.
Okay.
I will use a key. Third attack on the one above me.
Okay.
So 13 hit.
Yep.
Okay. Fourth. 26.
Yep.
The fifth one. 14.
Yep.
So a total of 38.
Okay. That one, you just crushing them in a circle.
And that is my turn.
All right. Justinian, you are up.
I'm going to move up in between Bishop and Gwynton.
Okay.
And I'm going to take swings with my longsword at the one in between the two of them.
Okay.
Bonus action to hex it
Okay.
first. And we will make it Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
15
hit.
to hit.
Yep.
So that is 14 plus 1, so 15 damage.
Okay. It's still up, but it looks pretty bad.
Okay. Second swing on it. That is a 20, not natural.
Yep.
And that is 11 plus. So that's 12.
Okay.
damage to it.
And with that, you just start breaking into them, and they shatter down. There's just one pile of them left, swarming in front of Gwynton. And Annex, you are up.
All right. After turning and running over here, I'm gonna stop, pivot, run back over there, and take a swing.
All right.
All right. So we got some stuff going on. That 12. Cool.
That hits.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Second attack. It also hits at 25. And then here's a bucket of damage. And another bucket of damage. And some radiant strikes to go along with it.
All right.
For
With
for a
that,
total of a lot.
They are
22.
crushed down into nothing. The room falls silent.
Well done. That may have been the
I
wrong
think-
urn.
That's what was supposed to happen.
Totally meant for that.
Well done, Marsland.
I'm so sorry, Quentin, but there were so many of them. I had to do something.
No, I get it. Don't worry about it.
I figured if anybody
It's the punching
I
bag.
were to damage, it would be the healer.
Take out the one who can help everybody else.
But he can help himself, no?
I'm gonna use my free cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
You have a free one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say, if not, I can do it.
How's everyone feeling?
Wonderful. We should get going.
We should. I'm gonna go over there and push on the doors over there to the right.
Okay.
If anything happens.
You push the doors open.
Did we take the trial out before we poured a goddamn thing down a drain?
No.
We did not. we just went immediately to puzzle mode and failed miserably. You son of a gun.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
We could have skipped this whole thing.
As you walk in, you see the liquid contents from the jar previously poured into the basin spilled on the floors in the hallway. It just makes a smell that's in here.
No. Oh, you're so evil.
You
I'm
see a hallway that proceeds down and goes to the south.
Did we try the southern door?
No.
No.
I'm gonna spray a spritz of Biblicor over the stench.
Okay. So now it smells like
Now it's like death books.
death books. Yep.
Undead Biblicor.
All right. What do you want to do?
Are we hearing the voices?
Yep.
Okay.
Just there's always like whispers on the wind in here.
I will recast Dancing Lights, because obviously that would have gone away when I started casting other spells.
My light wouldn't.
No, like Quentin has it illuminated enough. If
Oh, okay.
his light is significant.
Oh, I get it. His is significant. Mine isn't. Got it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Right.
You have a little
Aggressive.
light, and yeah.
This little light of mine.
His little pin light compared to a freaking lighthouse.
Just gonna let it
All right,
shine.
you're just moving down the hall.
Yep.
Always being mindful of where we're stepping.
Yeah. Scanning for traps.
You come upon a stone door leading to
Open it.
Yeah, I
another
pushed the
room.
door open.
You know what's gonna suck?
You,
They're all gonna be trapped after this.
Yeah, they will.
you both push forward on the door, moving it open, and to your eyes' disbelievement, you see next week what is in that room. So that's where we're gonna
Nerd.
stop tonight.
You and your 5-day travel bullshit.
That didn't take that long though. Like, I think we only burn up like 15 minutes total in the
Messing with
travel.
you.
Yeah. Hey, Cuddles. It's the size of the light that matters.
It isn't the size of the light that matters.
How you wiggle the worm. Oh, nope, wrong one. There we go. Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with this place. So that went as good as I could have wanted it to.
Exactly as you planned.
Because what is like, I think Mike, you probably heard this before. Jeff, you probably have too. But like, the cardinal rule of D&D is always like check the door, right? See if it's actually
Right.
locked.
Yep, absolutely.
And from now on, you guys always will.
Well, see, we always ask which where the hinges are.
Yeah. Well,
It's
there's
important.
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd have a little fun there, so that was quite entertaining. And obviously, that stuff was not too difficult, though. I didn't notice until we got into combat that the flaming skulls had magic missile level 2 available to them, and I was like,
No.
I'm definitely doing that. So, and it
Did they
hit.
change them?
Yes, they did.
Because I was gonna say, I know the original ones reappear after like a certain amount of time.
Oh no, that still happens.
That still happens.
Yep. So yeah, that's still a thing. But they added some spell stuff to them and some resistances and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, the will-o-wisp you hit at the beginning, the bishop hit at the beginning, they only had 4 hit points. So and the single hands only had 4 hit points and only hit for 2 points of damage. They don't even get a roll dice. They just hit for 2. So little bit of fun little previews into the mausoleum. Hope everyone enjoyed. Next door is covered in acid and burns your fingertips off. You may never know. Stop reading my notes. You may never know what happens next in the world of the mausoleum. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We had a good time. We'll be around Wednesday with something, but make sure you tune in next week as these adventures explore the mausoleum here. There are a lot more fun things planned here as they explore the crypt in Velmora. So with that, you guys got anything closing?
No, have a good week.
All right, let me
Check the doors.
Always check the doors.
always check the door. So we got our magic missile song ready. And until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the dungeon. Take care.
You called me and let me know you told me you just couldn't go. Your schedule just would not line up. I told you I got you too, and deep inside I know what I must do, but I don't know if they will all hurt me. Magic missile flies away. Magic missile will save the day. Deep inside we all know why. I hope the party doesn't cry, but there is one thing that's for sure. Magic missile will endure. The enemy, it just won't go down on the floor. My friends all lay around. Is this really our true fate? But from these